Why? Why is it so dark in here? I returned home secretly from a business trip to surprise my daughter for her birthday. I expected my daughter and husband to be celebrating together. But the house is dark and deserted. Listening closely, I hear a sobbing sound. Feeling uneasy, I quickly head to the living room. When I turn on the light, I see my daughter crying alone. But I can't find any sign of my husband. It's our daughter's birthday, so where could he possibly be, and what is he doing? I can't forgive this. I'll make sure he explains himself thoroughly. Trying to calm my trembling body with anger, I call my husband. My name is Natasha, and I'm 35 years old. I married 5 years ago, and we have a daughter, Luna, who's almost 3 years old. We named her Luna because the moon was so beautiful on the day she was born. I met my husband Dan at work in my 20s. He was a client of my company, and after seeing each other regularly, we started dating. After dating for 2 years, we got married. I returned to work 2 months after giving birth to Luna. I've always loved my job, even working up until just before my maternity leave. I often travel for work and work late. I can manage both work and childcare thanks to my husband. His company typically doesn't have overtime, so he gets home on time. So, on days when I have to work late, he picks up Luna from daycare. Today, a colleague had to leave early, so I unexpectedly had to work late. I decided to call Dan to ask him to pick up our daughter. Hey, Dan. Sorry I have to work late again today.
Got it. I'll go pick up Luna.
I'm sorry. You've already covered for me twice this week.
Don't worry about it. I can leave on time, and besides, you usually handle most of the housework and childcare.
Thanks, Dan. I really appreciate it.
We're a team, right? It's normal to help each other out. Don't worry about it. Just focus on your work.
He only recently became so cooperative. Before that, he often went out for drinks or movies after work, and wasn't very helpful. But gradually he changed, now willingly picking up Luna. Thanks to him, I can focus on my work, especially now as I'm up for a promotion. I was suddenly instructed by my boss to go on a 4-day business trip. It coincided with my daughter's birthday. Another employee had been hospitalized, so I was the replacement. If I didn't go, another colleague would have to. Although I felt guilty, I accepted my boss's request. When I got home, my daughter ran up to me saying, "Welcome back!" I decided to explain the situation to her. "Luna, I have to go on a business trip for your birthday. Sorry about that."
A business trip? You have to work?
Yes, that's right. So we'll celebrate your birthday when I get back. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll celebrate with Dad on the day.
Okay then, have fun with him on your birthday. When I get back, the 3 of us will have a second celebration.
Yeah, so we'll need 2 cakes.
I felt a bit relieved seeing my daughter smile. I've been away on business trips often, and Luna is only 3. She must feel lonely but shows understanding beyond her ears. After putting her to bed, I talked to my husband who's watching TV with a beer. Hey Dan, I just told Luna about it, but
Yeah, I heard. The business trip, right? I'll take good care of her, so don't worry.
Thanks. It's her birthday that day and I won't be there. Please, celebrate with her. The toy she wants is in the closet.
Got it. I'll pick up cupcakes on my way home from work. Let's buy a whole cake when you're back, and we'll all celebrate together.
Okay, let's do that. Really, sorry, and thanks for your help. As a mother and wife, I feel guilty for prioritizing work. My husband gently strokes my head as I look apologetic.
Don't worry about it. Our current life is possible because of the money you bring in.
Well, that's not really...
It's true. You earn almost double what I do.
That's just because I work overtime.
But it's not pointless overtime. You're recognized for your skills. That's why you earn that salary. You contribute more to the household expenses. I'm really grateful for that.
Indeed, our income disparity is significant. I earn about double what he does and cover 80% of our living expenses. But it's not something I do because I'm told. It's my way of showing gratitude to my supportive husband. With a husband who understands and cooperates with my job, and a daughter, they are my emotional support. A few days later, I leave for the 4-day business trip. Luna waves goodbye with a tearful smile. The trip was supposed to end tomorrow, but I finished early and can return home a day sooner. Today is Luna's birthday. I decide to come home unannounced for a surprise. I wonder how she will react. Will she be surprised or happy? Thinking it's a special celebration, I decide to buy a fancy whole cake. After getting off the plane, I buy her favorite cake from a highly rated store and head home with a spring in my step. But then I feel something off as I approach our front door. Wait, did our house look this dark from outside? Even with the curtains closed, it shouldn't be this dark. Puzzled, I unlock the door, but find no lights on inside. Why? Why is it pitch black? There's no sign of anyone around, and no sound. Maybe my husband and daughter went out somewhere. I'm about to call my husband when I hear a faint crying sound from deeper inside. Instantly, my heart races and I break out in a cold sweat. I rush to the living room and hastily turn on the light, finding my daughter curled up there. Luna, sweetie, what's wrong? Why are you alone?
Mommy! Mommy!
It's okay, sweetheart. I'm here now.
I was scared because it was so dark. Daddy usually leaves the lights on for me.
Usually? Sweetie, this isn't your first time staying home alone like this? Responding to my question, she slowly shook her head and revealed a shocking truth.
When you work late, I always sleep alone.
Alone?
Yeah, Daddy says Mommy's working hard, so we have to be good and not bother her. So that's why.
Aw, honey. It's all okay now, honey. You must have been lonely. I'm sorry for always making you feel that way.
Mommy!
I hugged my crying daughter tightly, and she hugged me back with strength. She must have felt quite lonely all this time. Her embrace was stronger than that of an adult. While I felt sorry for her, anger towards my husband began to rise. Where could he be, and what is he doing in such a situation? And what she said concerned me. If I believe her story, it means that every time I worked late, my husband put her to bed and then left somewhere. He would return around 10 p.m. when I came home from overtime, pretending as if he had been home all evening. Why? For what reason? There was only one answer that came to mind. He might be cheating on me. To uncover the truth, I decided to call him. He didn't know that I was already home. This could be the perfect opportunity to expose his lies. On the 4th call, he finally answered, and I immediately asked him, Dan, it's me.
Oh, hey, Natasha. How was your business trip? You're coming back tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Today is Luna's birthday. Where are you right now?
Right now? I'm at my parents' house. Yeah, at my parents' house.
At your parents' house? As I repeated his words, he lied calmly without knowing that his lie had been exposed.
Yeah, we're having a birthday party for Luna with my parents right now.
With your parents?
Exactly. Since you're not here, we decided to celebrate with just the 4 of us.
I see. That's good.
Luna won't feel lonely with your mom and dad there.
Right? It's important to think about her feelings. She might be sad without you, but we wanted her to enjoy her birthday. When you get back, let's celebrate together.
At that moment, a wave of fury surged within me. Caring about her feelings? The nerve! Leaving our daughter alone in the dark and lying about it. Unforgivable. After ending the call with my husband, I took Luna's hand and headed to my in-laws' house. 30 minutes later, we arrived at their place. My mother-in-law was surprised to see us. Natasha, Luna, what brings you here at this time? Sorry for visiting so late at night. I need to talk about something. Is your husband here?
He's here, but come in first. It's cold outside.
Thank you. She seemed like she wanted to say something but held back for Luna's sake. I put a sleepy Luna to bed in the guest room. Sitting down in front of my in-laws, I began the conversation. Do you know what day it is today? As my father-in-law looked puzzled, my mother-in-law said,
It's Luna's birthday, isn't it?
That's right. Today is her birthday. Did Dan mention anything to you?
Nothing at all. I contacted him yesterday wanting to give Luna a present, but he said they'd be spending tomorrow as a family of 3.
So there was no plan to celebrate her birthday here today?
Of course not. I wanted to join the celebration, but he refused.
Seeing their saddened faces, I briefly explained the situation. I told them that I was supposed to be on a business trip until tomorrow, and that I came home early and found Luna crying alone in a dark room, and that my husband lied about having a birthday party at his parents' house. After hearing everything, they seemed shocked. I just can't forgive him. The worst case, I'm considering a divorce. Leaving our daughter alone in a dark room like that. They nodded in agreement.
It's understandable you feel that way. It's all Dan's fault. This is unforgivable. To do this to such a wonderful wife and daughter.
I'm going to call him here now. Is that okay? My father-in-law then said,
I'll call him,
and took out his phone. He called my husband and told him to come home immediately. An hour later, my husband appeared at the door, his face showing he realized something was wrong. Upon seeing me, he turned even paler.
Natasha, why are you here?
Where have you been? I confronted him. There was no birthday party for Luna at your parents' house. Was there? And it's not just today, right?
What?
You've left our daughter alone at home many times, haven't you? She told me herself, crying. I already know you're hiding something. Just come clean already. My anger made me raise my voice, surprising him. He hesitantly began to speak, shocked by my usually unseen demeanor. According to my husband, he had been having an affair for about a year. His late nights out for drinks or movies were excuses to meet his affair partner. But he realized that continuing like this would eventually raise suspicions. So he pretended to be cooperative with me while secretly continuing his affair. Lately, he instructed Luna to sleep alone while he was with his mistress during my overtime hours. After hearing everything, my in-laws were fuming with rage, their faces red. I was so flabbergasted that I was speechless. After finishing his explanation, my husband bowed his head, crying, and begged me.
Natasha, I'm sorry. I really am. I won't do anything like this again. Please, forgive me. I'm begging you. I don't want to divorce and ruin our family. It was just a moment of weakness.
A moment of weakness? Cut the crap. How much do you have to hurt people?
I never intended to destroy our family. That's why I was actively doing pickups and drop-offs for Luna, right?
Even now, he thinks his actions can be forgiven. Does he think an apology will somehow make things right? but I had no such intention. I mercilessly responded to him, still bowing his head in front of me. Thinking childcare involvement would fix everything is a big mistake. It's not just about me. You betrayed your own daughter. And you think such a half-hearted apology is enough? Don't make me laugh. There's no way I can forgive you. What you did to your daughter is unforgivable. Worse than neglect.
But I'm apologizing so much. I don't want a divorce. Please, don't take my daughter away from me.
What value do you think your apology has? Leaving your daughter alone on her birthday to meet your mistress? You're no longer a husband or a father. I will never forgive you. Stay out of our lives forever. After my forceful words, he collapsed on the floor in despair. My father-in-law then escorted him out and shut the front door firmly. Thus, my husband was effectively banned from my in-laws' house. Afterward, I consulted with a friend and was referred to a lawyer. It took some time, but I was able to demand a substantial alimony from him and his mistress. Additionally, he was now obligated to pay child support. With his already meager income, his life would undoubtedly become more challenging. His mistress, upon learning the truth, quickly became disillusioned and broke up with him. Thus, he lost not only his wife and child, but also his mistress. However, I had no sympathy for him. He should reflect on his actions and live a life filled with regret. As for me, I moved to an apartment near my work and started living with my daughter. My daughter, having been scared by her father, didn't hold a good impression of him and didn't seem to miss him much. She adapted flexibly to our new life.
Mommy, your birthday is coming up soon, isn't it?
That's right, but I don't really need to celebrate anymore.
We're not going to celebrate? We should buy a big cake and sing happy birthday.
All right. Let's buy your favorite strawberry cake.
Really? Yay, I love you, Mommy.
Determined, I resolved to make my daughter happy no matter what. I planned to shower her with all the love and affection she could ever need, enough for both her father and me.